Hey everybody, welcome to Hell Let Loose. Today we're going to go through artillery and how to use it, just my kind of tips and tricks and what I've learned, how to get better at artillery. As an average gamer, I wasn't great at it and I had to learn, but we're going to do hopefully a short video and show you how to get good at artillery. To start though, what I would recommend is joining a closed infantry or starting a closed infantry because you'll be an officer and you could hear what other officers are saying, or joining up on a squad that already exists, but being a rifleman. If you choose one of these other classes, you're going to limit that that squad from having a good, like a machine gunner or anti-tanker. So you really want to be riflemen because there's a bunch of them. So artilleries are always going to be back in the headquarters spawns. Here we have headquarter 2. So it's the center spawn. If we zoom in, you can see we have 3 artillery guns. Pretty much all the maps will have 3 artillery guns, and they look like this. There are some that look slightly different, but realistically, you're going to know it when you see it. When you're close enough, you'll see that little symbol there. With the artillery guns, there are 2 different seats. So I'm on PS5, so we have to hold square to get in it. There is a gunner seat, and then if you hold triangle, a reloader seat. The reloader does exactly that. Reloads and then chooses between smoke grenades, or smoke and high explosive. The gunner literally just aims, changes the elevation, and shoots. What I do is open the map, see where the enemies are, or where they're going to be. So we know that we have to capture Western Approach. There is an enemy down here on checkpoint, but essentially Western Approach is what we have to capture. You can kind of see that we're slowly capturing it while we're here. That little green guy just died. Little blueberry's pushing in. But I'm going to drop artillery right back here by these buildings, because that's most likely where they're going to be pushing from. We know it's 1,289 or 98 meters, I think is what it said. Let's see. I'm going to drop that again. So 1,300 meters. That's going to make it nice and easy. If we look over on the left, we have the chart. 1,300 meters means our mill, which is in the bottom right, has to be 693. So we'll head up to 693 here. Okay. So we know that this spot here, right between these buildings, is about 300 meters away. We don't want to drop artillery on our teammates because that ruins us, and eventually you'll get kicked if you do it too many times. So what we're going to do is drop artillery there. When you drop artillery, it's got a plus or minus 20 meter kind of gap. And so we're going to drop it in these buildings because that's most likely where the enemies are hiding. I already reloaded it. So essentially you just start dropping artillery. What you do is right when you fire, switch seats. Now 2 people could man this. Realistically, it's kind of a waste of resources to have 2 people man it. So you want to just take the shot and then instantly hold triangle, switch seats, hit square, reload. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that there is a loading bar. It slowly goes up. If you switch seats too early, it will stop the reload. So I'll show you here. Switching seats, and now I don't have any ammo in there. Where you really want to start the seat switch is right when that load bar is at the L. I usually start there. You can go a little bit earlier, but I start there so that you don't accidentally waste all this time not reloading. You could hear, while I was taking those shots, you probably heard a couple of ding noises. There's another one there. That's either going to be an enemy hit or enemy kill. To check, you open this, go to your personal stats. You can see we have 4 artillery kills, 3 shots hit. That's how you're going to check, really, if you're getting kills, because there are times you won't hear that. If you see, I got a friendly kill. So what happened is these blueberries here pushed up this direction, and one of them got into that spot. The artillery takes about 15 seconds from when you shoot it to when it lands. So, so you do have to be mindful of like when squads are pushing. Now, people like this see artillery coming down. They know it's dropping, yet they don't. That was one where I moved too early. They know it's dropping, but they're pushing into it for some reason. That's going to happen. You're going to get team kills with artillery most likely, unless you have... there's another one where it started too early. Unless you have a lot of really good players paying attention. So I'm going to move it a little bit closer here. So if I click this, you can see that it is right on top of that teammate's thing. Okay, so he's pinging there, but I'm going to drop it a little closer. So let's do 1278. So I'm going to move my mil dots just a tiny bit, and then start dropping some right inside the circle. There are apps where you can do the measurement, it does the measurement for you. There's iPhone apps, computer apps. So I'm going to plug one in just to give like a rough idea. So let's say I wanted to land like right where that thing is. So 1241. So I can plug it into an app. 41. And it says 707 mil. So then I just go to 707, start dropping it. You don't really need an app. You can kind of just estimate where you need to shoot, and you'll be good at it. Or you'll at least get hits, typically. The easiest way is to just split the difference between the spots. So if I ping, let's ping there, 1250. So looking over at the left, we know 1200, 1300. The difference between those two is going to be, well, we got 693 and 717. So the difference is 24. So I'm going to go 12 between those. And then my brain's turning off here, but 717 or 693 plus 12 is 705. So we're just going to go to 705. And that's really the best way to just estimate it. Dropping artillery will basically make or break a game. You do have limited resources with artillery, though. If you look in the bottom right, you'll see that it says 3 and 5 next to high explosives 3, smoke is 5. Essentially, that is at the top of the map here. You have these resources. We have 84, and we're gaining 60 a minute. So essentially, like if I just unloaded right now, I have almost 30 shots. Granted, we do get 60 a minute. So you'll stack up those as long as resource nodes are built. You see now we're at 135. That does use up a lot of resources. If you've got 3 artillery going, you'll burn through resources really fast. But you can kind of see, like, we've sat here shooting for a while. I'm at 22 kills now, and we've been doing this for a couple of minutes. This will rank you up pretty quick, but it's helpful. So we have I don't know why they haven't tried to disarm those 100 supplies yet, or destroy them. But yeah, so that's how you play artillery. It's pretty easy. I probably missed a bunch of things. If there's any tips that you guys know of, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.